How you guys doing? MrSurviveAll here. What are three things that we can all not survive without? Air, water, and food. With the ways that our bodies have developed over thousands of years, cooking our meats has pretty much become a necessity. So what I'm going to share with you today is my cooking means for the outdoors. This right here is my cook pot. On the inside of my cooking pot are all the contents of my cooking kit. I carry this with me whether I go on the outdoors or a camping situation where I know that I will be cooking myself or a group of people a meal. It is 6 inches tall, 4 inches wide, and holds more than 4 cups of water. That's more than enough that I need to boil water. One of the great things about this cooking pot is the lid itself. The lid doubles as a pan. It has a piece back here. It snaps open and will not come down once it's snapped in place. As you see, it's a firm grip. You can also use this for eating or a little extra heating. Another great thing about this lid itself is whenever you're boiling water and you place the lid on top of the pot itself, it's pretty much just like if you were cooking and boiling water at home, considering the fact that the lid keeps all the steam inside of the cooking pot itself. It will allow you to save some fuel, whether you're using an alcohol stove, and it'll allow your cook time to be lowered, allowing your water to come to a boil faster and easier, making things just that much better for you. As you see, these are all the contents that I had inside of my cooking kit. Taking a closer look at my cooking pot itself, as I said a moment ago, it's titanium. Normally what you'll find is either titanium like mine, aluminum, any sorts of steel, or other metal. The good thing about this that I may find is the butterfly handles. Once opened, it's a surefire fit for me. It's steady, a firm grip, even whenever it's full. One thing that you got to be careful with whenever you're cooking is the heat will transfer, obviously, from your flame to your cooking kit. So if you go to grab it or touch it, most of all, you're most likely to get blisters. As I've shown in my video before about how to treat blisters, blisters are the downfall of most camping experiences. So make sure you get yourself a good set of gloves, some heavy-duty gloves that are thick so the heat doesn't transfer through and burn you. This will also cover any other tasks that you may do while you're out camping, as sawing, cutting, or anything else. Like I said, I have an alcohol stove on the inside of my cooking kit itself. What I use for my alcohol stove is my N2O2. The fluid that I use, what I found best, is denatured alcohol. This right here is a combined 6.5 ounces of denatured alcohol. This will get me well through 3 meals without even having to use a fire. What I use to start the fire is just a regular magnesium fire striker. You can find these all over the internet and even some stores. My eating utensil that I use is my Ozark Trails hobo tool. I've explained this in a video before, all the components that come inside of it, the little nifty tools, and even how it comes apart. If you're interested in seeing that, check out the video. What I use to save some fluid while I'm cooking my alcohol stove is just some tinfoil that I use to make a windscreen. How this works is whenever I put the cooking pot on top of the alcohol stove itself, this is fitted to perfectly go around the cooking pot itself. Like I said, it'll save myself fluid, allowing me to use it for a longer period of time. One thing that I've noticed about cooking kits that I've seen online is that normally what somebody forgets is the cleaning utensils. It's very dangerous to have cross-contamination. It'll get you sick and not let you enjoy your camping experience whatsoever. most likely send you home. So what I've got here is a heavy-duty scrubbing pad to remove any surfaces that will be left behind in my cooking pot itself. Also, on the inside of this baggie, I have an additional scrubbing pad just in case if this one gets used to hell. One very important part of this kit that I may find is the most simple part, is a piece of wire. What I've done was I formed this wire to perfectly fit over the lip of my alcohol stove. As you see, just like that. Now what I can do with this is whenever I'm boiling water, fill this up with water. Let's say if I run out of my alcohol for my stove, I take this, I form myself a rig to wherever I can hang this right over the flame, allowing me to cook without having to use alcohol. As you see, packing everything back up, the way that everything fits inside of it works out pretty well, considering the fact that when everything is the way that it is, holding it together, you can see that it doesn't rattle very much, which helps me out whether it comes a scenario that I may have to be stealthy while I'm out in the bush. The only downfall about the kit that I found so far was the fact that the lid itself doesn't completely stay on. So whether if this was turned upside down or loose in my pack, just as is, everything would fall out. So what I did, a simple quick fix to cover this problem, was I stepped out to Walmart. I bought myself some nylon strapping, some hook and loop, which is just regular Velcro, and I formed myself this, sewing on the Velcro on the both sides right here, allowing this to cover around the whole pot itself. As you see, whenever it straps down, it becomes a sure fit to where whenever it's turned right upside down, nothing happens. Alright fellas, wrapping everything up, what you see here is a netting bag. This is what I keep my whole entire cooking kit in. Everything that I just showed you, wrapped up in this small little package, pulled back with a cord lock. Quick and simple, and I'm ready to go. As you see, this contains everything that I just showed you, a quick summary. 6 inches tall, 4 inches wide, allowing to carry anywhere between 4 to 5 cups of water, well more than enough to allow me for any cooking needs that I may have. Also including an alcohol stove, fluid, cleaning utensils for the stove, and everything that I made, everything down to a eating utensil. Everything that I just showed you, all together, a combined weight with the straps, the netting, everything, is 26 ounces. That's about 1.5 pounds. Taking out the alcohol fluid, that brings it down to 19 ounces. So it's compatible, it's lightweight, small. If you look at it compared to the size of my hands, it fits in my pack perfectly. Well, I want to thank you guys for stopping by and watching my video. I do have many more coming. Like I've always said, we have to share with each other, because whether it's just survival knowledge, camping, or just doing this for fun, we're all into it together, guys. Thanks for watching. God bless.